Hey guys, Coach Lo here. Happy Sunday, bringing you the last day of this week's programming. Today we're looking at Battle of the Bands and Supple Sunday. Supple Sunday reoccurs each week. It's a workout that is focused on positioning and good movement patterns and really working on building muscles and developing that core. So the first is a Battle of the Bands. It's 50, 35, 20, ab mat sit-ups, banded good mornings, butterfly kicks, and calories on the rower. On the movement details, guys, we're looking at 3 movements today: the ab mat sit-up, the good mornings, and the flutter kicks. For the ab mat sit-up, like I always say, we want those shoulders over those hips and a flat back the whole time. For the good mornings, we want you to control the speed on the way down, and then you're gonna fire your glutes, squeezing your glutes, and you're gonna, come up rapidly to the top. Fire up fast. Keeping your knee bend the same. A lot of us will bend our knee, continuing to bend our knee like we're gonna lower into a squat. You want a slight bend in the knee, and then you're gonna keep that same knee bend, and you're gonna continue to push your butt back to the wall behind you instead of lowering that body to the ground. For the flutter kicks, you're gonna lay on your back it's kind of like a hollow body position while you flutter your feet. 2 equals 1 today, so once you move both feet up and down, that equals 1 rep. So essentially you're doing 100 flutter kicks, 70 flutter kicks, 40 flutter kicks on the individual side, and then you're doing the 50, 35, 20 on both sides. So movement substitutions. For the banded good mornings, you can do barbell good mornings or Romanian deadlifts. For the row, you can do equal calories on any machine or equal reps for 100-meter shuttle runs. Some tips and tricks. This is a heavy focus on the midline and posterior chain, so your hamstrings, your glutes, those back there, your posterior chain. 50 reps, 35 reps, and 20 reps at each station, so you're going to go through each station with that amount of reps. You're going to maintain control and positioning in the good morning and flutter kicks. That's really what we want to focus on, and then bring the intensity in the sit-up and the rowing. Today it's a balance of conditioning and accessory work, so we had that rower and we have some sit-ups to increase our heart rate. Really the place that's going to increase our heart rate is that rowing. That's where we're going to be taxed on our breathing. So the first 2-3 movements are not going to tax your breathing. So it really is focusing on that muscle group and really working on that muscle group. So keep that in mind. It's not for speed in those first 3 movements. So a slower cycle time in these movements, you can reap the benefits of getting muscularly stronger. Push the pace on the rower with long and strong pulls. Then you can focus on the other 3 movements, because if you speed yourself up in the rower, you aren't going to lose out on a bunch of gains. But if we go fast and are, banded good morning, we're going to lose the tension and the strength that we want to build in that movement. The first 3 movements are recovery stations, so it allows you to go hard on that rower. On to Supple Sunday. Supple Sunday is an air mat 15 minutes, 9 single dumbbell strict presses on each side, 15 single dumbbell weighted sit-ups, 15 single dumbbell bent over rows on each side, and a 1 minute wall sit. Some movement details today. We're looking at 4 movements: the single dumbbell strict press, the single dumbbell weighted sit-up, the single dumbbell bent over row, and the wall sit. For the single dumbbell strict press, you're going to do 9 reps on the right side and then 9 reps on the left side, and then you're going to go ahead and move on. Elbows by the ear. So when we finish, we want those elbows by the ear, not out here. There's no dip at all, so we're not going to dip our legs at all. Your legs will be locked out the whole time in your strict press. But you want to squeeze your glutes to drive that weight overhead. So although you're not dipping in your knees, you are going to squeeze that glute hard to get that weight overhead. For the single dumbbell weighted sit-up, you're going to hold the bell high on the chest, so right around here, and reach full range of motion. That will allow you to reach full range of motion, and we want to keep full range of motion the whole time. So your shoulders should be over your hips. So don't cheat that and only come up a little bit. Your shoulders should be over your hips. These will be strict, so there will be no arm throw. Of course, the weight will be here, but some of the movement standards, you don't have to use weight, so no arm throw at all today. We're going to keep it strict. You can also use more dumbbells to anchor your feet and use an ab mat if it's at your disposal. The single dumbbell bent over row, you want full extension and then rowing. So you want to reach full extension with the arm, and then you're going to row and reach that chest and then back down. Try to keep this movement strict and don't use momentum. You can also use a box or a bench or anything to lean up against so you can do your rows. But definitely try to lose that momentum. Try to keep this movement as strict as possible because that's the intent of the workout today. On the wall sits, guys, the wall sits, you're gonna sit in this position just below parallel. So the hips and shins should be at a 90-degree angle, and you can do it a cumulative 1 minute. It does not have to be 1 minute unbroken. So you can, if you can't sit for 1 minute, you can do 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds until you reach a minute. Some movement substitutions for the single dumbbell strict press. You can do odd object strict press, single kettlebell strict press, 9 barbell strict press, or 18 push-ups. For the single dumbbell weighted sit-up, you can do 15 strict sit-ups, no arm throw without any weight. For the single dumbbell bent over row, you can do odd object bent over rows, 21 barbell bent over rows, or 21 banded rows each side. So you can do a banded row on each of your right and left side. For the wall sets, you can do an active air squat hold. So if you don't have a wall at your disposal, you can just do it in using no wall. And that will be hip flow knee crease as well when you're sitting in that air squat. Today is all about the quality of your movements over speed. So I'm going to continue to touch on the point that today for this workout, it's really about quality and we're really not trying to go fast. Different dumbbell weights is okay for different movements, but we're going to keep the same dumbbell weight for each movement. So if I pick a weight for the weighted sit-ups and a different weight for the bent over row, that is completely okay. But it is not okay to have, 5 pounds first round of the row and then 10 pounds. We're going to stay consistent. If I pick a 20-pound dumbbell, we're going to keep that for our row the whole time. We're shooting for 3+ rounds, but again, if you're going to sacrifice anything, we don't want to sacrifice quality. So we'll sacrifice speed, so if you need to go a little bit slower and 3+ rounds is obtainable, that's totally okay. We want to think about being rock solid today. So throughout the whole body, we want to be rock solid. A lot of strict movements. So we're not going to be moving, we're not going to be flexing any of the muscles or becoming jelly in any of our core or our back. We want our body to be active and core to be tight. Mainly, we want to focus this in our press and our rows. Okay? Do not rotate or use your hips in this workout. So you're not going to rotate, use your hips or anything like that. The only thing you can do is really squeeze your glutes. We also don't want any arching to the back. We don't want you arching to help you press overhead. We want your core tight. That means you gotta get that core down tight if we're arching our back. So be focused on that today, and let's really focus on that quality. Focus on the upper body today. That's what we're really getting out of today. And again, do not trade the quality for speed. Conditioning is less important today. We're really reaping the benefits of strength today. So strength outweighs conditioning today. Move with a purpose. And the flow of today's workout is upper body press, midline, upper body pull, and lower body push. Be sure you look at the end of your sugar WOD notes, and there'll be a warm up there if you're working out by yourself, or join us on Zoom at 6 a.m. or 5 p.m. on Monday through Friday, 9:30 on Saturdays, and a coach will take you through the workouts. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.